Okay, let's see this one, the first one. Sketch the graph of y equals to... Oh, that's good. Then it's okay. Focus on NTU and then just focus on whatever modules you are learning. Okay, let me just continue. Today's lesson is from 8 p.m. to 9:30. So y equals to e to the power of x. So this is exponential. I hope all of you all know that e is not an alphabet. E is a value. Okay, e is a value. So you see e is this one. So when you press calculator, you get this, right? So you will have to, must on my height. Okay, so you have to put, of course, to the power of 1. Okay, so actually the values is 2.718. So E is not an alphabet, it's not like X. X is unknown, Y is unknown. Okay. Thanks for the, don't know what's that, Candy? Or is it TikTok logo? Okay, so E is actually 2.718. So it's actually a number. Okay, so sketch the graph of y equals to blah blah blah. So usually what I do is, we will have to, if you don't remember the shape, you can always sub in values. So x and y, I'm going to just put in some value. So 0, I'm going to put -2, 0 and 2. Okay, student may ask me, can I put -4? Can I put -3? Yes, it doesn't matter. Okay. Hello, Minecraft. Yeah, long time never come. Today doing AMath. I don't think. But you can still listen. You can still listen. Hi. Okay, so you can plug in any x value as long as you find a corresponding y value. So this is y equals to e to the power of x. So when you press the calculator, you will just key in e to the power of -2. So this one, you will just put this is 0.14. 2 decimal place is good enough. So then after that, you see, to the power of 0, I get 1. Anything to the power of 0 give you 1. So again, I go to the calculator, key in 2, I get 7.39. Do you see that this is very small value? Okay, and then 1, and then this. So for exponential graph, unless you're going to draw 2 graphs on the same diagram, if not, we only want the shape. Okay, we only want the shape. So when it's -2, let's say here is -2, it's just sketching. Sketching means it's not to scale. It's a shape. So -2, you see, this is 0.14, very small. So take note that, okay, it will be here, and when it's 0 is 1. So 1, you must put here, this is 1. 2, you see this, when 2, this is go all the way 7. So it's actually a curve. So it is a curve whereby it cuts through 1 and it will not cross over to x-axis. It will not touch x-axis. It's a graph whereby it will be very, very, very close to the x-axis, but it will not cut through. Okay? So look at the values and you will know that, this is the shape. Okay, and of course, lastly, just label this is y equals to e to the power of x. I don't have to. The points 2 decimal place is good enough. Okay, because on the graph, you also cannot plot in 3SF. Okay, so sketching is we just want the shape and the important intercept. For exponential graph, the important intercept is you need to show what is the y-intercept. And it is always 1. Okay? Because when you sub in x to the power of 0, e to the power of 0 will be 1. So you need to show that it cuts through 1, and then the shape, and you will get the marks. Okay? The next one is, how are you going to make use of this curve to solve equation? Okay? So look at this one. My equation is half x equals to ln square root 5 minus x. Okay, how are you going to use the graph to solve this equation? No, the minus should be at the power, Minecraft, not at the e there. If it's e to the power of minus x, then it will be this shape. Okay? So over here, what we're going to do is, you must know square root is a half. So this is ln 5 minus x to the power of half. So this is half x. Okay, power law tells us that this half can bring down. So it becomes half ln 5 minus x and half x. So I'm going to times 2 on both sides, times 2 on both sides. So you will have x equals to ln 5 over x. We're going to change it to index form. So the trick is you have to make e to power x. You're going to make it into have the component e to power of x. So ln is base e. So it is actually LOE 5 minus x, x. So I'm going to push up. So we're going to push up. So it becomes e to the power of x equals to 5 minus x. So now you have e to the power of x. Now I can replace my e to the power of x to become y. So it becomes y equals to minus x plus 5. So this is a straight line graph. Okay, this is a straight line graph. So what you need to do is draw the line. You need some points, right? So usually I just put 3 points lah. And the most important thing is, because previous one I already used minus 2, 0 and 2. So it will be the best that you use the same x value so that you will be able to know whether the points that I'm going to draw, is it above, below, or on the previous graph. So I'm going to use minus 2, 0 and 2. Okay, sub into here of course. So you will write this, I see, minus bracket plus 5. The x will be my bracket. So I'm going to go into my bracket and key in negative 2. I will get 7, 0, so I get 5, and I'll key in negative 2, and I get 3. Okay, so I have the point minus 2, 7, 0, 5, and 2, 3. So you will go to your above graph. Okay, good. Okay, so minus 2, 7. So you see, it's only sketching. All I need to show is it is above this point and my 1 is here. So you can just mark maybe here a 7. Okay, doesn't matter. 0, 5. So let's say it's here. Okay, then 2, 3. 2, 3, as long as you can form, as long as it's above this 1. So let's say here. Okay, I need to go a bit. Cannot. 2. Okay, let me go a bit further up, so that I can plot, let's say here. Okay, so then after that, we're going to just join them. Okay, you can extend, no problem. It's a straight line, you can extend. And lastly, on the line, you have to label this as y equals to minus x plus 5. And they will not ask you what is the point. They will only ask you what is the number of solution. So all you need to do is the curve and the line, how many intersection points there are. There's only one intersection point. Okay, so you will just say that, therefore, one solution. That's all. Okay, so this is how you use the graph to solve equation. Okay, we'll do more behind. Let's move on. Okay, so this is the one that just now Minecraft is asking. So Minecraft is saying e to the power of minus x. And remember, I just tell you that e is actually number, right? So in this case, this is actually like e to the power of minus x. Because this 4 is a number, e is also a number. So it's actually the same kind. But of course, this is minus x. So minus x, just now I've mentioned, it will be this kind of shape. That means the other way around. So what I'm going to do is, same thing, I'm going to plot out the points. So I have my white. Okay, I'm using blue color pen, but please, when you're going to plot graph, use pencil. Because if you draw wrongly, plot wrongly, you can still erase. I use pen because it's clearer. So of course, this is y, this is x, and then I need the table. So x and y, I'm doing y is equals to 4 to the power of minus x. So same thing, I'm going to just use minus 2, 0, and 2. So when I sub in minus 2, key calculator, I'm skipping the key calculator. I believe that you all know how to key calculator. This will be 16, 0 will be 1, 2 will be 0.0625. You want to put 0.06 is okay lah. 2 decimal places, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay, so you see minus 2 and 16 is very high up, right? And then 0, 1. And then after this is very small. So you know that it will be a shape. So actually what you can do is you can just draw out the shape first. And then just mark out that this is 1. Okay? Okay, we don't have to show minus 2, 16. You also don't have to show 2 and whatever point. Okay, don't need to show, but the 0, 1 must show. Then of course, lastly, label this. You can say this is y equals to 4 to the power of minus x. Okay, so now next, let's move on. Okay, same thing. I want to use a graph to solve the equation. So I'm going to write out first, log 4 1 over square root x minus 3 equals to half x. So your objective, remember your objective is to shift and do until you get 4 to the power of minus x. 4 to the power of minus x. So always keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So let's see. So this one, I'm going to change this. So this is square root, right? But it's at the denominator. So this is actually log 4 x to the power of minus 3 minus half. Okay? And power law, this minus half, I can bring it to in front. It becomes negative half log 4 x minus 3 equals to half x. So I'm going to bring the minus half to the other side. So it becomes log 4 x minus 3 equals to half x divided by negative half. So half divided by negative half will give you negative 1. So it becomes log 4 x minus 3 equals to minus x. Then we left with the last step, means changing it to index form. Push up, push up, push up. So you will have 4 to the power of negative x equals to x minus 3. Yay! I managed to dig out my 4 to the power of negative x, which is my y. So I can just say, oh, so therefore the line we are talking about is y equals to x minus 3. Next, we want to plot the line. So same thing, x, y, and I'm going to use minus 2, 0, and 2 again. So sub in the value, I will have minus 5, minus 3, and negative 1. This one is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. Because, you see, minus 2 and minus 5. Minus 2, minus 5 will be below, right? Below, 0, negative 3. So let's say it's here. Okay? 2, negative 1. So if I have 2, negative 1, let's say here, 2, negative 1. Just now this one is here. I need to make sure that I can draw the line. Okay. So what you need to do is draw the line. Okay. So you see, I plot already. I got 1 point out, right? I got 1 point out, right? So again, play cheat because this is sketching, right? So I can just do this. And then I just mark out. So then this line, I will just label this as y equals to x minus 3. And how many points did it intersect? 1 point here. 1 point. So therefore, this is one solution. Can? Hi. Okay. Okay, next we're going to draw logarithm graph. So exponential graph is just like that. So basically you can see that it is either curve up or curve down shape. It depends on the power. If it's positive x, it will be going upwards. If it's minus x, it is coming downwards. So if let's say during exam you forget, okay, you forget which one is going upwards, which one is going downwards. It's okay, you can just sub in points. By looking at the points, you already know. Just remember the exponential graph is a curve, not straight line. Okay, so knowing whether is it going upwards or coming down below, you will just see. Look at this. Minus 2 is a small number, 2 is a big number, so you know that it is going upwards. If you look at this one, when minus 2 is a positive, 2 is very small, so you know that this is a slope down, a curve down kind of a curve. Okay? Okay, let's proceed to drawing logarithm graph. Okay, so I'm supposed to draw for y equals to ln x. So, y and x. Okay, so y equals to ln x. So what is important? First, you must know some logarithm rules. Okay, you cannot ln 0, correct? It will be invalid. Until 9:30 p.m. 8 to 9:30 today. I mean, let's see how fast we can go. If we finish early, then I will end early. Okay, so important is you must know that x cannot be 0. Agree? So if x cannot be 0, means that important is you must plot out where is the asymptote. And what is the asymptote? Asymptote is a line whereby your graph cannot touch it. Okay, your graph cannot touch it. So in this case, x cannot be 0. So my asymptote will be x equals to 0. And x equals to 0 is what? It's actually the y-axis. This is actually the y-axis. So that you know that your graph cannot go cut through the y-axis. Next, I want you to sub y equals to 0. Okay, sub y equals to 0. So you know it's 0 equals to ln x. Push up, so e to the power 0 equals to x, x equals to 1. So it means that your logarithm graph will cut at here. So you will mark out 1. Okay, this point. Again, this is the critical point that you need to mark out. And then this is the asymptote. So that now your shape, it looks like that. Okay, no in. Okay. Okay, let me change my hand in. Okay, I'm plotting exponential graph and logarithm graph. Later part I'm doing Surds. Okay. Okay, so x1. Okay, so make sure that when you draw, it does not cut through the the y-axis. So that's all. This is just the shape. Sorry, this one a bit. Let me just redraw. Okay, so it's like that. So just label this is y equals to ln x. Okay, if you want, you can have some points. It doesn't matter. So if let's say you want some points, okay, if you feel safe you want some points. But of course, take note that you will not cut through the negative side. So you will not have negative x. So if you're going to start x equals to 0, it will be invalid. So you start from 0.5. Okay, 1 I already have it, which is 0. So I don't need that. So you can put 1, 2, and then after that put 3. So 1 we know that is 0. When sub 0.5, I get negative 0.69. Okay, my 2, I will get 0.69. My 3, I get 1.098. Okay, with this point, you'll be top, then you can go off the shape. Okay? Wow, thanks for sharing. Wow, I share to 10 friends. Good. Hopefully, they come in and learn together. Okay? So, you can always plot out points if you feel more comfortable plotting out the shape. Okay? So, next, important. How do I use the graph to solve the equation, correct? So, x minus 3 equals to x to the power of 2. Again, important thing is you need to massage this until you get ln x out. Okay? You need to massage until you get a ln x out. So, what do you do? Because I have a base e here. So, I'm going to ln both sides. So, what you're going to do is ln both sides. So it becomes ln e x minus 3 equals to ln x2. And power law tells me that I can bring down my power. So this is x minus 3 ln e equals to 2 ln x. Ln e is 1, so it means that it disappears. It becomes x minus 3 equals to 2 ln x. I'm almost there because I'm supposed to get ln x, but now I have 2 ln x. Okay, so all I need to do is just divide by 2. So I can just say ln x is equals to half x minus 3 over 2. So what I did was I just divide by 2. So now I have my ln x. It means therefore y is equals to half x minus 3 over 2. So this is the straight line that you need to plot. So again, we need the points. So x, y, put 3 points. Okay, you want same thing, I like to put minus 2, 0, and 2. I have negative 2.5. I get minus 1.5. I get negative 0.5. Okay? So with that, let's go back to our graph and plot the points. So I have minus 2 and minus 2.5. So minus 2 and minus 2.5. Anywhere you can draw. Okay? And then after that, 0, 0 and negative 1.5. So 0 and negative 1.5. So let's say here. Then lastly, it will be 2 and negative 0.5. So you know that it is still below. It is still below, right? So again, I can play cheat again. Positive A. Teacher got positive A or not? Which one? Okay, so I'm going to play cheat. I know that the points will be here. So let's see. I'm going to draw and then maybe I can mark out a point here. Okay, then I can draw. Okay, and then label this as y equals to half x minus 3 over 2. Teacher got positive or not? Because got negative. I mean got positive. Huh? I'm very confused with your question, twins. Which one? Single twin, what you're asking? Okay, so you see, look at the graph. Now you can see that the line cuts the curve at 2 points, right? 2 points. So then you will say, oh, so therefore there are 2 solutions. Okay, so of course, being able to massage this, you will have to be strong with your logarithm as well. Okay, so logarithm, of course, if you want, you can go to my YouTube video, YouTube channel. I believe there is logarithm video there whereby I teach about logarithm questions. You can learn from there as well. Today we're just focusing on drawing logarithm and exponential graph. Okay, so I repeat. So to draw logarithm graph, important is you ask yourself, this one, the x cannot be 0, x cannot be 0. So you find out what's the asymptote. So because x cannot be 0, so my asymptote will be x equals to 0. Means that my curve cannot cut through the x equals to 0. And x equals to 0 is y-axis. Okay? So that's why I know I draw the shape. Okay? And then it cannot cut through the y-axis. Then after that, important for logarithm graph is it always cuts through this one at 1. So all you need to do is start y equals to 0, find the x-intercept. Your x-intercept is 1. So you got to show that the curve cuts through at the x at 1, and then the shape. Okay? If you're more comfortable with giving points, you can always plot out points and then the points. Okay? Okay, let's move on to some more logarithm graph. Yes, this one. Okay, basically logarithm graph is always the same shape. Okay, so this one, I'm supposed to plot for y and x. So this is plotting for y equals to log x. Same thing, x cannot be 0, right? X cannot be 0. So therefore my asymptote is x equals to 0. And same thing, I want you to sub in y equals to 0, and of course you know that your x equals to 1. So again, cut through at 1. It's always the same shape. For logarithm graph, it's always the same shape. Okay, it's always the same shape. Later we will do this. If later we will, I will go through y equals, let's say I'm going to draw in this. Okay, later let's try this graph. Okay. Okay, so oops, I'm so sorry. I wanted to say I have two moderators here. If you're going to talk rubbish here, you will be blocked from my content forever. Okay. Okay. Mr. G, you block. Hello Liu. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, let's continue. Next, solving this equation. This is a little bit tough. 10x equals to 10,000 over x cubed. Okay, I forgot to label this is y equals to log x. Remember, we need to massage until we see log x. This is a little bit tricky. Okay, so there's base 10 involved. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log both sides. Okay, so I'm going to log both sides. So it becomes log 10x equals to log 10,000 over x cubed. So this is easy. Power bring down, it is x log 10, and log 10 is just 1. Okay, so this one is x, no issue. But yeah, I have students who actually learn from my TikTok lessons, TikTok live lessons. And I even have students who sign up with me as my full-time students. Okay, they are doing good. Of course, as my students lah. Okay, but I'm still giving some time twice a week to do this TikTok live. So please appreciate Okay, because I'm not getting paid for doing this. Okay, TikTok is paying nothing to us for doing all this thing. So all I need is your attention to learn properly and then do well for your paper. Okay. Okay, so now let's take a look. So this, okay, logarithm law. When you see divide, you can split it. Divide, split into minus. So actually this one becomes log 10,000 minus log x cubed. Okay, and I'm going to change this 10,000 to base 10. So it will become log 10 to the power of 4. Okay, minus this power law bring down 3 log x. And it will be x equals to 4 log 10 minus 3 log x. And because log 10 is 1, so it becomes x equals to 4 minus 3 log x. I'm almost there. Because your task is to dig out log x, right? You're going to dig out log x. I'm almost there. So I'm going to bring this over. So it becomes 3 log x equals to 4 minus x. And lastly, divide by 3 throughout. So I get log x equals to minus 1/3 x plus 4 over 3. And of course, we will have y equals to minus 1/3 x plus 4 over 3. Thank you. What Sec AMath is this? This is under, most students will learn under Sec 3, during Sec 3 when you learn logarithm and exponential. Okay? Addictive. That's why my math coffee is called Addictive to Math. Okay? So lastly, of course, we're going to draw this straight line, right? So we need some points. So x and y, same thing. Again, I'm going to put in, but this time round, I'm not going to put minus 2 and 2. Okay, because I got denominator 3, so I put minus 3, 0, and 3. Sec 2. Yeah, today this one is AMath lah. If you're taking AMath in Sec 3, then it will be helpful for you. So you can just listen, no problem. So then I will get 2.33, 1.33, and 0.333. Again, plot the points. Okay, so let me go to my graph again. I'm going to plot the points. So I will have one is -3 and 2.33. So we know that it will be somewhere here lah, somewhere here. 0 and 1.33. Same thing, just plot somewhere here. Next is important Okay, see here So next is we have 3 and 0.333. So I want to know whether the point is above or below, right? So just now I never draw the points for here. So x and y. So let's say I have my 0.5, my 2, and my 3. This one is negative 0.3. This one is 0.3. This is 0.47. Take note, see here. See, this is the important things that you need to know. Here and here. This will determine whether the third point that I'm going to plot, is it below or above, okay? This is 0.47. This is 0.33. It means it is below. So it just can be any points. Let me just plot here doesn't matter where. Important is below, understand? Below. So then after that, y 10 to the power of 4 again. You can press the calculator because I want to change 10,000 to be base 10. See 10 to the power of 4 is 10,000. 10 to the power of 4 is 10,000. I'm changing the 10,000 to be base 10. Okay? Okay, so then after that, lastly, I'm going to draw the line. Okay, so draw the line. And for this, you can see that your line cuts the curve at only one point. So don't forget to label. This is y equals to minus 1/3 x plus 4/3. So it cuts at 1 point. So you will say, oh, therefore, one solution. Yeah, what is PTSD? Your youngster get a lot of short form which I don't know. Okay. So you see that this the last point, the 3 and 3 is crucial. Okay. So I'm done with this. Let me see. Okay, I still have one more. Teacher, may I know what grade is this? I don't know. This is O-level syllabus. Okay, this is under Sec 3 AMath. Okay, Sec 3 AMath. This is a logarithm exponential graph. Okay, we're going to do the last, and then after that we will start. No, still got one more. Okay, I will do 3 more. Remember, I just now say I want to do one more. This. Okay, I'm going to do this, and then after that, and just now I promised that I want to do this as well, right? Okay. Sure, how to differentiate? The one is you use product rule. Product rule, Oh no, I don't teach A level, I'm sorry. Beep, beep, pop. Later, then I show that one. After I finish all my up to Surds, then I will do this. Asking for 2x plus 3 to the power of 5 and x plus 2 to the power of 8. Okay, later I will do this question. Okay, let me finish whatever I need to finish today first. Okay, let's move on. Sketch the graph of this. Actually, this one is similar to just now the in front. So this is actually y equals to 10 to the power of minus x. Right? So it's actually exactly the same as just now. How about we draw? We draw the minus, this one. Just now we draw 4 to the power of minus x, right? This is 10 to the power of minus x. So actually it's the same shape. It's the same shape. So you can just straight away, doesn't matter, you don't have to plot anything, you just mark out important 1 and important the shape. That's all. Okay? X and y. And then just label this as y equals to 1 over 10 to the power of x. Okay, and now we got to shift this one again. So x equals to log 1 over 3 minus 2x. So your objective is to get 1, or rather, okay, look at this one. Your objective is to get 10 to the power of negative x. 10 to the power of negative x. So I'm going to change this one first. Okay, this one I'm going to put it as x equals to log 3 minus 2x to the power of negative 1. Hi. Okay, then power law bring down, so x equals to minus log 3 minus 2x. I can just bring the minus to the other side, right? So it becomes minus x equals to log 3 minus 2x. And log is base 10, change to index form. So it becomes 10 to the power of minus x equals to 3 minus 2x. And ta-da! I have my 10 to the power of minus x, right? Hi. Okay, so it becomes, therefore, y is equals to minus 2x plus 3. Same thing, I'm going to plot the graph. So, wait, let me get my points. So I will put in my favorite number, minus 2, 0, and 2. I get 7, I get 3, I get negative 1. So let's go up and say minus 2 and 7. Let's see. This one a little bit, wait, where's my ruler? Okay. So just to show you this one, you see, I'm going to plot out x and y. Minus 2, 0, and 2. So this is 100. Do you see this is 100? This is 1. This is 0.01. See the difference? This is minus 2 and 100. This is minus 2 and 7. So this is like way below. So what you need to do is, okay, let me just, like here, for example. Okay, I need to redraw. Because this one, I cannot show the high up. So I'm going to draw it slightly lower. So this one, minus 2 and 100. So you go like way higher, you understand? Way higher. Minus 2 and 100, very high. Then after that, you have a 1. Okay? So it will be a shape that is like that. Then after that, go down. So this is not very curvy. See, shouldn't use pen, But I have no choice because I need to show you the clearer. Okay, so just now we have minus 2 and 7. So you know that it will be same, minus 2, and then the 7 must be very low. Right? Very low, Then after that, you have 0 and 3. This is 1. 0 and 3, let's say, is here. Okay, and then 2 and negative 1. 2 and negative 1, it will be like very below, right? So what you can do is, I'm going to play cheat again. So you can draw out the line first. Okay, see, I'm going to play cheat again. So you can always mark out. This one is 2 and negative 1. So 2 negative 1, let's say, is here. Okay, so it becomes y equals to minus 2x plus 3. So you know that it cuts at 2 solutions. Hi, exam can use pencil. Yes, definitely use pencil to draw. Like I mentioned, I use pen because if I'm going to use pencil to draw, you all cannot see from the TikTok. So I use pen. But you should use pencil. If not, you will end up like me, see? So untidy. So you can see that it will cut through at 2 points. Okay, so therefore, it's 2 solutions. So by now, you all should know how to solve equation by graph. Just always massage until you see the one that you want. Okay. Hello. Who is my mom? So cute. Okay. Let's move on to this one. This one is still logarithm graph, but this is no longer asymptote, is x equals to 0. So this y equals to ln square root 2x minus 1. So because we know that 2x minus 1 cannot be 0, correct? 2x minus 1 cannot be 0. The only tough part is because graph got different shapes, you see. So unless you're very good in memorizing all the different shapes, but for me is always plot up points or table of points. Okay, table of points. Then you know how to plot the graph. So then after that, you know that x cannot be half. So therefore, my asymptote, okay, will be x equals to half. So I'm going to draw out. So you will go to x equals to half, which is a vertical line. Please draw the dotted line. This is your asymptote. Just now, all the logarithm graph, if you notice, our asymptote is always the y-axis, correct? Because it's x equals to 0, ma. Because it's always log x la, ln x la, so it's x cannot be 0. So the asymptote was y equals to 0. Now, it's 2x minus 1 cannot be 0. So my asymptote is x equals to half. So this is my graph. So again, it's the same shape. Okay, it will be, you cannot cut through this asymptote, and then after that, you draw this shape. So now the question is, what is the point here? This is the x-intercept. X-intercept is y equals to 0, correct? So you can actually sub y equals to 0 and solve this. So 0 equals to ln square root 2x minus 1. 0 equals to ln 2x minus 1 to the power of half. Bring down the half, so it becomes 0 half ln 2x minus 1. Divide by half. 0 divided by half is 0. So it is 0 equals to ln 2x minus 1. Base e, push up. E to the power of 0 is equals to 2x minus 1. It means that... wait, correct now? Correct. Okay, so 1 equals to 2x minus 1. 2x equals to 2. So x equals to 1. Again, it is still 1. So it means that over here, it is 1. So mark out y, mark out x. And that's it. You just need to show that there is an asymptote x equals to half and that it cuts through the x-axis at 1. So how to know that cut the x-axis at 1 is just sub y equals to 0 and then solve the x. Okay? So we are done with drawing this graph. Okay, if you want to have points, same thing, you can actually plot points, no problem. Let's say x and y. Okay? Take note because you have an asymptote at half. So you're going to sub in 0.2, for example. Okay, you will have invalid value. So you need to sub in the x which is more than half. So 0.7, 2, and 3. So when I sub in, I get negative 0.46, I get 0.54, I get 0.80. So if you want this, you can plot out this point. Then you know this shape. You are the only chair that says asymptote. We use it as tangent. Cannot say tangent because tangent means that you touch the curve, you know. But asymptote means it's something like, oh, I cannot touch. We go very near but you cannot touch. So we call it asymptote. Tangent is you touch at one point. So it's two different things. So I forgot to label. This is y equals to ln square root 2x minus 1. Okay? So, just now I mentioned that my teacher always use tangent. For logarithm graph? No, logarithm graph is always to find out what is the asymptote by finding out what cannot be 0. Okay? And then finding out the x-intercept. Okay, so just now I promised to draw this one. So actually it's the same. This one I already did the 2x minus 1 cannot be 0, right? So this is the same thing. So this is extra. So it means that same thing, x minus 3 cannot be 0. So x cannot be 3. So therefore my asymptote is x equals to 3. So I'm going to y and x. And this one goes too far. Later I got no space for my working. here. Okay, so draw x equals to 3. So let's say this is 3. So I'm going to draw my asymptote. Dotted line, cannot be solid line. It's just a line to guide you that you cannot touch it. You cannot touch it. Okay, next, I want to know where it cuts the x-axis. So I'm going to sub in y equals to 0. So it becomes 0 equals to log x minus 3. Push up, 10 to the power of 0 equals to x minus 3. 1 equals to x minus 3. X equals to 4. So it means that it will cut through at 4. It's the same shape, it's always the same shape. Hoi. Hoi. Okay, so this is x, this is y equals to log x minus 3. Done. Oh, good. Okay, we are done with drawing exponential and logarithm graph. This is just, this is how you do all these questions. So we're going to go to do Surds. Surds. Okay, so before I start, let me just mention some basic of Surds. Later remind me to do this question if I forget. I put one side first. Okay, let's talk about Surds. Use red pen. Surds. Okay, first you must know how to simplify Surds. Okay, what do I mean by simplify? So let's say when you see square root 24, okay, you must know how to break it down. So you have to break it down to two numbers, that means something times something, and one of them must be a perfect square. So 24 I'm going to break into 4 times 6. So it becomes square root 4 times 6, which is 6. So it becomes square root 4 times square root 6, so it becomes 2 square root 6. So you must know how to change the bigger surds into the simplest form. You understand? So some more example, let's say square root 8. So we know it must be 4 times 2, so it's 2 square root 2. This is the basic. Okay? And what else? Let's say I today have square root 3. I want to rainbow with, let's say, 2 plus square root 3. Okay? So this one times this one is just 2 square root 3. Okay? This one times this one. You need to know that square root 3 times square root 3 give you 3. Okay? So it is just this. So this is how you manipulate surds. Okay, next is rationalizing. We talk about rationalizing. Rationalizing. Basically, you only have two types of rationalizing. So let's say, for example, I have 2 over square root 3. Okay, rules say that my denominator cannot have surds. So you need to rationalize. So to rationalize, I just need to multiply by square root 3 over square root 3. So I'm not changing any value. Square root 3 over square root 3 is actually 1. I just want to bring the surds to the numerator. So then I get 2 square root 3 over 3. So you can write in this form, or you write as 2/3 square root 3. Okay, this is the first rationalizing when your denominator is 1 term. Next, if I have, let's say, 2 square root 3 plus 5 over 4 minus 2 square root 3. Okay, I'll use another number. I don't use 3. Let's say 5. Okay, separate. This is different one. This one, my denominator got surds. Again, I cannot leave my answer in this form. I need to rationalize. Then my denominator has 2 terms. So to rationalize this type of fraction, you need to make use of a square minus b square. Okay, so this is a minus b, correct? So you multiply with a plus b. Of course, the numerator and denominator must be the same because we are supposed to times 1, you see? We are supposed to times 1. Then, look at the denominator. It is actually a minus b, a plus b. So, it is just a square minus b square. So my A, of course, is 4. My B, for this case, is 2 square root 5. Then, rainbow the top. So it's actually 2 square root 3 plus 5 rainbow with 4 plus 2 square root 5. Right? And we need to simplify the top. Let's rainbow. This one times this one is 8 square root 3. This one will become 4 square root 15. Because 2 times 2 is 4. Square root 3 and square root 5, they are different numbers. So it becomes square root 15. Then this one will be plus 20. The last one is plus 10 square root 5. Over 4 square is 16. This one, 2 square root 5 times 2 square root 5 is 4 times 5. So it's 20, minus 20. So in the end, there's nothing I can simplify. They are all different. So 8 square root 3 plus 4 square root 15 plus 20 plus 10 square root 5 over negative 4. All of them cannot do it. But I can reduce them to the simplest form by taking out negative 2. So if I'm going to take out negative 2, because I want to cancel with the below, I will have minus 4 square root 3 minus 2 square root 15 minus 10 and minus 5 square root 5 over negative 4. Cancel, and then I get 2. So in the end, I will get minus 4 square root 3 minus 2 square root 15 minus 10 minus 5 square root 5 over 2. Okay, usually you only have 2 terms. This one is because I just anyhow come up with one question. I just want to show you how to rationalize. Understand? Okay, so 2 types of rationalizing. When your denominator is 1 term, just multiply by the same thing for numerator and denominator. The second type of rationalizing is when your denominator have 2 terms. Then you make use of a square minus b square. So this is a minus b, so you multiply with a plus b over a plus b. So your denominator is just a square minus b square. Then the numerator is just rainbow as per normal. Okay? Okay, so these are the basic of surds that you need to know. We're going to do some questions on surds. Instead of, what if we just take out positive 2 instead of negative 2? You see, if you take out positive 2, can. But later your denominator is minus 2, agree? And usually we do not put over negative 2. In the end, the minus, we have to bring it to the top. That's why I took out negative 2. Yes, the answer will still be, it's just presentation. Usually you don't see over 2. Sorry, you don't see over negative 2. You only see over 2. So usually what they do is they bring the minus to the numerator. So the presentation of the answer look nicer. Understand? Okay. Okay, Valerie, understand? Actually, answer will still be the same. It's just the presentation. Okay, now let's take a look at this question over here. Okay, I'm going to use back my blue pen. Let me drink water first. Wait. Okay, while I drink water, please help me to like and share. Those who haven't followed me, please remember to follow me. Okay, come, let's do this question. Okay, this is just like, this is actually like a minus b square. So I'm going to use a square, grade 7. I don't know, grade 7 is, I think you are referring to GCSE level. But no, so far I'm going to just focus on Singapore math. Okay, you can feel free to go and follow my my another account, which is the IGCSE. Okay, Teacher Kangie _ IGCSE math. Okay, That account eventually I will teach GCSE as well, but not now. I'm still learning, I'm still preparing. Grade 7 is Sec 1. Wow, dance. How do you know like grade what is equivalent to secondary school, which grade? Is it by the age or what? Okay, because what I know is so far I did the IGCSE paper. I know that the total 10 levels, right? 10 level or 12 level. Yeah. Okay. So I'm still not very sound with the topics for IGCSE yet. Okay. Eventually it will be. So now let's focus on this one. Surds. So you just remember that this is Surds. So if Dan say that it's Sec 1, that means I don't think you have learned Surds yet. Not yet. And some of this is AMath. Okay. This is AMath. Okay, it's okay. You can still learn those simple ones. Sometimes I teach simple algebra also, you can learn. If not, you can see my TikTok video. You can also see some simple algebra. Believe Sec 1 also have to learn algebra. Okay, let's continue. So this one will be a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, correct? So I'm going to use the same thing to rainbow this one. So it will be 4 over 2 plus square root 5 square minus 2ab plus b squared. Right? A squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So let's simplify this. So 4 squared, of course, we know this is 16. This one, the denominator, I'm going to apply the same thing again. I'm going to use the a plus b squared is equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So look at the denominator. So a squared will be 4 plus 2ab, so it's 4 square root 5 plus b squared. Square root 5 times square root 5 is 5. So this is plus 5. Okay, this one. 2 times 4 times 3 will give me 24. So this one I actually get 24 over 2 plus square root 5. And this one just put plus 9. Okay, we need to simplify because 4 plus 5 is 9. So this one becomes 16 over 9 plus 4 square root 5 minus 24 over 2 plus square root 5 plus 9. Okay, now the tough part is I got two fractions that have surds at the denominator. So I will have to rationalize them separately. So we will know by now, you should know that the 16 will have to rainbow with the, this is a plus b. So I have to rainbow it with a minus b. So 16 will rainbow with 9 minus 4 square root 5 over below become a squared minus b squared. A squared minus b squared. So it's 9 and then 4 square root 5. So we do the same for this side. So 24 will rainbow with 2 minus square root 5. Denominator become a squared minus b squared, which will be 2 and square root 5. And don't forget your plus 9. Okay, let's simplify. So this one times this one will give me 144. This one times this one will give me minus 64 square root 5 over, this one when you minus actually give you 1. Because 4 square root 5 times 4 square root 5 will actually give me 80. 9 times 9 is 81. 81 minus 80 is 1 for the denominator. Okay? Oops, I think I'm a bit squeezy. Okay, then after that, it will become minus, okay, let me see where should I write. I think I write it here. If not, it's too squeezy. Okay, I'm going to move. Okay. So this one will be 144 minus 64 square root 5 over 1 minus, this one will be 48 minus 24 square root 5 over 4 minus 5. So it's negative 1 at the denominator. So this one a bit tricky. You got the negative. So you got to be very careful. Then plus 9. So this one over 1 very easy. I just put 144 minus 64 square root 5. This minus, I'm going to bring it, you can either bring it up or bring it to the sign over here. So if let's say I bring it to this sign, okay, so it become plus, but 48 minus 24 square root 5 plus 9. So what I did was the minus 1, I bring it here, so it becomes plus. And plus, this one don't need to put bracket because plus will not affect anything. Okay, even if you want to bring the minus 1 to the numerator, this one is minus 48, right? Minus times minus 48, it is still positive 48. If minus 1 bring it out is positive 24, negative times positive, it is still negative. You understand? So either way, it's still the same. So all you need to do is simplify. So this and this, if I'm going to minus minus, I get minus 88. Minus 88 square root 5. 144 plus 48 plus 9 will give me 201. Okay, so again, it's just that presentation. They don't like to have the first term to be a negative. So they just rewrite as 201 minus 88 square root 5. Done. Okay, so I like to compare and I write, okay, therefore, my A is equals to 201. My B, this one B is plus B, but my here is minus 88. So my B, I have to say this is minus 88. Okay? Okay. So this question is tough, see 4 marks. Okay, because you need to rationalize a lot of things. Right? I have two fractions that I need to rationalize. Okay? Okay, now let's move on to question 2. So question 2, a cone. So when they talk about a cone, you need to know the formula of, like, you know, what they mention. Curved surface area, you need to know that it is pi RL. So they tell me that pi RL is equals to pi 17 minus square root 3. Then they tell us that slant height is this. Slant height is L. So L is equals to 7 minus 3 square root 3. So these are given. These are given. But of course, that's provided you know that curved surface area is pi RL. Okay, then let's move on. Because, take a look, this one both sides got pi. So if I divide by pi, I will get RL equals to 17 minus square root 3. You are supposed to find out what is the diameter. So I can find out my radius. Okay, by doing radius equals to 17 minus square root 3 divided by my L. Right? And diameter is 2R. So what I'm going to do is, my diameter, I just times 2. So it becomes 2 17 minus square root 3 over 7 minus 3 square root 3. And by right, this is my diameter. But again, I cannot have my denominator to have surds. So you just need to... Okay, then you can just rationalize. So I'm going to multiply it by 7 plus 3 square root 3, 7 plus 3 square root 3. So this will be 2 17 minus square root 3 rainbow with 7 plus 3 square root 3 over a square minus b square. So you will have 7 here and 3 square root 3. So I'm going to continue here, and we will get, okay, I'm going to just skip step. After you rainbow everything, you will get 220 plus 88 square root 3 over 22. Okay, I'm skipping the rainbow part. You should be able to get this one. Then, just nice, 220 can divide by 22, 88 also can divide by 22. So it becomes 10 plus 4 square root 3. And don't forget, because this is diameter, so it is cm. Why RL is 17 minus blah blah blah? Oh, over here, because you see, curved surface area is pi RL, right? Curved surface area is pi RL. So they give me that curved surface area is pi 17 minus square root 3. And because both sides also have pi, and pi is actually constant, so I can divide by pi throughout. So what I did was I just divide by pi throughout. I divide by pi. Yes, Valerie, you are correct. I divide by pi. Okay, divide by pi throughout. So, and then I get this. Okay? Okay, let's move on. Okay, question 3. So, this one, I will just use the formula. So, I'm going to write out the question first. Okay, sometimes when you see that this thing equals to C plus D square root 7, you don't have to bother about the right hand side. Okay, they just want you to massage this until to this form. Okay, so this one I will do A square, which will give me 4, plus 2AB, which is 4 square root 7, plus B square, which is 7. Minus, I'm going to rationalize this one. So 18 will rainbow with 3 plus square root 7. And denominator will be A square minus B square, correct? So it will be 3 here and square root 7. So this is how I rationalize this one. Okay, this will give us 4 plus 7, so 11 plus 4 square root 7. This one will become minus 54 plus 18 square root 7 over 9 minus 7, so this is 2. I teach AMath, I teach both EMath and AMath. So 54 divided by 2, 18 also divided by 2. So I get 11 plus 4 square root 7 minus 27. Be careful, do you see that this is minus? So it will affect the sign behind. So to play safe, I'm going to put my bracket first. So 54 divided by 2, I put 27. 18 divided by 2, so it's 9 square root 7. Now I open up the bracket. I get 11 plus 4 square root 7 minus 27 minus 9 square root 7. So in the end, I will get minus 16 minus 5 square root 7. And again, I'm going to compare with this one, right? Compare, and you will know that C is equals to minus 16 and D is equals to minus 5. Right? So you see, it's all about rationalizing the second, most of the time the denominator is always 2 terms. So actually just make use of the A square minus B square to rationalize. Okay? Okay, question 4. Okay, the second last question for Surds. And then after that we can do our differentiation question. Differentiation only, right? Yeah. Okay, see here. So this kind of question always, it often come out. Okay, and then student jam. They say, without using a calculator, find the integer value of A and B for which the solution of the equation is blah blah blah. So actually this is an equation. So when it's an equation, means that you got to solve an unknown, right? And your only unknown here is x. So the trick is, you just make x the subject. Okay, the trick is just make x the subject. So 2x square root 5 will remain here. This will bring over minus x square root 2 equals to square root 18. Okay, I'm going to take out common factor x from the left hand side. Take out x, 2 square root 5 minus square root 2. I'm going to change my square root 18 to simplest. So I put at the side here, square root 18 is actually square root 9 times 2. So it's actually 3 square root 2. So I put 3 square root 2. Okay, it's always easier when you use simplified surds, so you don't deal with big number. So all I need to do is make x a subject. So x equals to 3 square root 2 over 2 square root 5 minus square root 2. So technically speaking, I have solved my x. It's just that we cannot have surds at the denominator. So we just need to do a last step, which is to rationalize. So again, my denominator is 2 terms. So that means I'm going to multiply with 2 square root 5 plus square root 2, 2 square root 5 plus square root 2. So it becomes 3 square root 2 rainbow with 2 square root 5 plus square root 2 over a square minus b square. So my a is 2 square root 5, my b is square root 2. and we will get 6 square root 10 plus 6 over 18. Okay, and I'm going to take out common factor 6. I will have square root 10 plus 1 over 18. Simplify, divide by 6, 1, divide by 6, 3. So why do I need to simplify to 3 is because, look at here, they say put it in this form, and you can see that the denominator is 3. That's why I need to simplify to have my denominator to be 3. So in this case, it will be square root 10 plus 1 over 3. And when you compare with this one, you will know that my A is 10, my B is 1. Understand? Okay, good, huh? Okay, good. Let's continue. Last question for Surds. Okay, they say do not use a calculator for this question. Okay, a cuboid has a height of blah blah blah. The volume of the cuboid is blah blah blah. Factorize a cubed plus b cubed. Okay, for this question, you need to know how to factorize a cubed plus b cubed. So in O level, you are expected to memorize up to a cubed plus b cubed. So how are you going to factorize a cubed plus b cubed? I'm going to put here. So a cubed plus b cubed is equals to a plus b, a square minus ab plus b square. This one, don't tell me how, but you have to memorize, because you are expected to remember. So, just to put at the side here, a cube minus b cube also can factorize. So, it is a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Okay, so you need to know how to factorize a cube plus b cube, and you need to know how to factorize a cube minus b cube. So in this question, we are using the blue color one. The red color one is just the other one. It's just for your information. Okay, this is just for information. For your info. Okay, next. They ask me to factorize and ask you to hence find the area of the base of the cuboid in the blah blah blah. So this is a cuboid. So cuboid means that I'm going to draw out like that. They tell me that the height is this one. So square root 3 plus square root 8. Again, I don't like to see square root 8. I'm going to simplify the square root 8. So I'll put it as square root 3 plus 8 is 4 times 2. So it's 2 square root 2. Okay, this is the height. This is the height. So the volume is given to me. So we know that they asked me to find the base area. So my formula will be volume is equals to base area times height. So to find the base area, it will be volume divided by height. Agree? So I have my volume, which is this plus this cube. This is the volume that give us. So divide by the height is this. So it's square root 3 plus 2 square root 2. Technically speaking, this is already my base area. But again, because they want you to put it in the form of C plus D square root 24. So we need to massage it. So first, if you notice, the numerator a cubed plus b cubed is actually this one. So we're going to make use of this factorization to factorize the numerator. So it will be a plus b, a square, which is 3. Then I'm going to put this one. So it's square root 3 square minus square root 3, 2 square root 2. Okay, I'm going to just put square root 8. I'm going to confuse you. So it's square root 8. Yeah, square root 8 plus square root 8 square over square root 3 plus 2 square root 2. Okay, so actually do you see that this and this is the same thing? So it means that I can cancel this. Agree or not? Once I cancel, I only left the numerator. So let's simplify the numerator. Square root 3 square is just 3. So this is minus, you see it's such a big number, huh? That's why I don't like to put square root 8. Okay, so it's just square root 24, minus square root 24 plus 64. So in the end, I get 60, sorry, this is 8. My bad, square root 8 square is just 8, So it's 11 minus square root 24. And because they want it to be in terms of C plus D square root 24, and this is the form, we will know that the C is equals to 11, the D is equals to minus 1. Can? This is base area, so I'm going to put this bracket cm square. Oh, good. Okay, so this is how you solve this, Okay, last part. Given that the base, measure this by this. Find the value of the constant. So I already know my base area is 11 minus square root 24. So they tell me that 11 minus square root 24 is actually equals to square root 6 minus 2 multiplied by p plus q square root 6. So all you need to do is make this one the subject. So therefore, my p plus q square root 6 is equals to 11 minus square root 24 divided by square root 6 minus 2. Agree now? And again, I need to rationalize this. So all you need to do is just multiply by square root 6 plus 2, square root 6 plus 2. So let's rainbow the top. I get 11 square root 6 plus 22 minus, see, I don't like to do so big number. Okay, so it's 24 and 6. So it's square root 144. And then lastly, minus 2 square root 24. The denominator will be a square minus b square. So it's square root 6 and 2. So square root 144 is 12. So it becomes 22 minus 12. So it's 10. So I will have a 10. And then 11 square root 6 minus this. So I need to simplify this. So take note, this one, I'm going to change this to minus 2, 4 times 6. So it's equals to minus 4 square root 6. Agree? The square root 4 is 2. The 2 multiplied by negative 2 is minus 4. So this one, if I simplify, it becomes minus 4 square root 6. So in this case, I get 11 square root 6 minus 4 square root 6. That will give me 7 square root 6. And that's how I get plus 7 square root 6. Over denominator is square root 6 square is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. So over 2. So they did not mention that they are integer. So it is fine that you have fraction because they only mention your p and q is constant. Constant can be fraction. You understand? So don't be so don't panic and say, oh my god, I got a 7 over 2. How I cannot get integer. Write square root 24 as 2 square root 6 at the start. Yes. That's why you see I don't I don't like to deal with big number. That's why the square root 24, good. We always change it to smaller surds. So square root 24 should be written as 4 square root 6. It will be better. Okay, it will be better. If not, you see, you come to here and you notice that I need to still further simplify here. Okay, so don't panic. Just do 10 over 2 plus 7 over 2 square root 6. And you will get 5 plus 7 over 2 square root 6. And when you compare, you will know that the P is 5 and the Q is 7 over 2, or you can write it as 3.5. Okay? Not bad. We have done logarithm graph, exponential graph, as well as Surds today. So I hope by today you all can master Surds question. When they come out Surds question, you know what to do. Okay.